What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of Buckets of Duckets. I am your host, Chase Myers. Over there is my co-host, the one, Josh Watts.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 11. That is 7 more than 4, but 6 more than 5. And it's not divisible by anything because it is a prime integer. How about that shit?
Dude, I like when the people learn within the first 30 seconds. That's the rule of podcasts. Give them something valuable immediately. They'll stick around for all 7 hours of podcast.
What's that you're drizzling down, Josh? Knowledge? Oh,
thank you. Thank you
you're
so
welcome.
much. I was so thirsty. I was so thirsty for this knowledge. Thank you.
What's up, Chase? How you doing this week?
I'm good, dude. I'm good. I went and played golf today with our buddy Travis Elkins.
Travis from Longville.
He had me. I walked up. Go ahead.
He's not 6'9".
He's not 6'9". No, I thought you were about to ruin him and be like, he's not even from Longville. I thought that was what you're about to go with. I think we mentioned him on a podcast before, but he does he performs, and whenever he does like a character on stage, it's like a liberal redneck, and he did it 10, 12 years ago before everybody else started doing it in their cars.
When I first started doing comedy, I went to an open mic that I wasn't going to go to because he was headlining because I wanted to meet him.
Yeah.
I didn't, starting out, I didn't realize that he was just a schmuck like the rest of us doing open mics, but he was fucking hilarious. And I went to a show specifically to meet him, and then he ended up being actually one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Really good dude.
He's all right. And so...
Bought me an autographed John Cena children's book for my kids that John Cena signed.
You mad about it? You seem a little mad about it.
I'm fucking furious.
What
kind of message is that?
I walk up to go play golf, and he immediately is videotaping me, and he's videotaping me. He's got an old camera, and he's
that's not.
And
he's got one of those VHS.
Yeah, but he's like, tell him how long I've been doing the character, and I was like, what? And he was like, tell him that they've been ripping me off. I was like, who? And he was like, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I don't know who you're talking about, but for real, if they didn't start doing it 12 years ago, they're fucking ripping you off. Like, you did it before everybody else, and you'll never get paid for it.
Not ever.
I'm sorry. But yeah, we went play golf today, and so I'm not gonna lie, I've been real cocky about it playing with this dude because I don't know, I just think I'm really good at everything. And so we've played like 5 times in the last 2 months, right? But for the 5 times I've played, he's probably played 15 times. He's went and played a bunch without me, right? And so we either tie or I beat him the first 4 times. And today he wasn't having that shit. He fucking kicked my ass today. And and so now I'm just gonna be waking up in the morning working on chip shots and my putting stroke. And it's really alarming how much it's truly bothering me that this dude beat me at golf today. I laughed about it. I didn't say anything to him, but I'm just fuming the whole way home.
When I was in the Air Force, they have bases. Most of the bases have golf courses that you can go play on. And I remember me and my friend Pat would go, and golf was just, let's get shit-faced and drive around on a golf cart for the first half of a Saturday until they throw us out. So I like driving ranges, but I've never been good at golf, at the game, because it's always just drinking for me.
Yeah, we do a lot of that too while we're out there. This dude was, he was on that, so he's getting really into golf right now. He's playing all the time. He's got all the time in the world because he's laid off from lighting movies and stuff. That's what he does now. He lights, if you watch Stranger Things, he's responsible for the lighting on that. And so he's just been watching.
And we didn't think to ask him at all about all our light setups.
Man,
he messaged me and was like, you didn't even think to ask me. And I was like, I know the dude that lit Stranger Things, and I just clicked on the 3rd thing I saw on Amazon Prime.
No, I'm too prideful. All right, you're not better than me. I could do
I don't
this.
Need your help.
How hard is it to point
you
some lights on my face? You
Longville trash. I don't need your help, you Longville trash.
He's been just watching golf videos, just nonstop, just trying to like just all these tips and shit. And so this is gonna be a little inside baseball, but so he's been on all day. He's like, dude, when you're on the fringe, you need to use this 8 iron, which is insane. It's a crazy idea. But the thought is you lower the loft on the shot, right? And so he's on me all day. I'm making fun of him about it. I think he did it twice, and didn't like work out for him. We get to the last hole, and my ball's on the fringe. It's like perfect for what he's been talking about all day. And he goes like, dude, try the 8 iron. I'm fucking telling you. And I go, fucking fine, dude. I'll try the goddamn 8 iron. The shit's not gonna work. I'm gonna hit it fucking 20 yards past the hole. Fucking whatever. Blah blah blah. I hit it. I fucking made this shot from like 50 yards away, and we both took our shirts off and danced around the green, dude.
You danced in the sunshine for the first time.
For the first time in years.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love those stories.
Beaming, dancing around. You know, it's really funny. So that's not the first time that one of us has chipped a shot in and we took our shirts off. It's kind of become it's like a goofy bit we do. And but today we got paired with these two ladies, right? And they played the first 16 holes and then they had to leave.
They took their shirts off?
So they weren't there. Hold on. So they weren't there for the last us taking the shirt off. They didn't play the last 2 holes with us. But earlier in the day, I chipped in another shot with a fucking wedge, like how you're supposed to, like how because I'm a goddamn American,
a normal human does.
Yeah, I'm not doing this European golf bullshit, and so I chipped it in. It's
actually soccer in America.
I chip it in. And but I chipped it in for bogey, so it's not really like it's like if I made a 3 but I'm losing by 30, like it and so I chipped it in, and Travis is thinking it's the same rules of our other chip ins, and we're playing with these two strangers, and Travis just fucking takes his shirt off, just on the green, takes his shirt off, starts dancing around, and sees that I'm not having it, and it was just like, wow, you really made me look like an asshole.
You just fucking left him hanging.
It was so funny because by the time I realized he was even doing it, it would have been so clear that I just like, oh fuck, I can't leave him hanging. I gotta take my shirt.
Right.
Like he had done a full circle, like a bunch of skips and hops like an asshole. Yeah. But I had a good day. It was a good day.
Oh yeah. You got a little trim, a cleanup?
No, not really. I just look good.
I just look good.
It's just a normal day. I'm fucked really with haircuts because I'm scared to go to like a place of business to get my hair cut. And so for what I've been doing for all of quarantine is we had another roommate, Kelsey, the doctor that, she's a chemist, and she's got her PhD and stuff. But, just because me and Travis, 6'9" Travis, because our hearts are so big, especially Travis's heart, it's probably not healthy, honestly. We let her sleep. We let her sleep on our futon, and so
that was nice of y'all.
Yeah, it was very nice.
In exchange for doctoring, like she had to do chemistry stuff for y'all,
and haircuts. Those were the 2 things. So she cut my hair for all this time. But eventually she came to her senses and are like, why am I sleeping on this futon with 2 other comics, and this is fucking ridiculous. So she moved out this past week. But yeah, so now I don't got a haircut situation, and I'm worried. I'm worried about what's gonna happen.
Oh man, I'm getting pretty good at mine.
You got a nice little fade going.
Yeah, not on purpose.
But you did it.
It's all just one length. It just looks like because my head is dented in.
Oh, okay. I see it now. I see it.
Right when I first did it, it's hard to get the beard right.
Yeah.
But I used to have real bad OCD, and if I nicked my beard like at all, I had to shave it off because I couldn't take it. And I was disappointed every single time I shaved and saw my face again. It's like I think I'm more handsome, and then it's like, oh, all right, and then you shave it off, you see your face, and it's just
I think what happens whenever you have a beard is your face gets lazy. It's not.
It just stops working.
It's not getting the reps of like seeing, like people seeing it, and so it's just like I feel like every time I shave, I just like woke my beard up from like a coma. Like it's just like, what year is it? Like just wakes up. It's like 4 shades lighter than the rest of my face and stuff. Yeah, it's so many chins. I've discussed my chins before. I could weigh 120 pounds. I'll still have 3 chins.
it looks like my beard is big, but it's just a short beard on 6 chins. It
Yeah.
just makes it look. The last time I shaved, I was in X-ray school, and I nicked it like just a little bit, and it drove me nuts. And I shaved it, and I went to a show that night with you, and Ponchatoula. It was a show where they
Oh
they
yeah.
they plugged this show that we did in a little town, Ponchatoula, Louisiana. They plugged this show as having one of the stars of Swamp People. I think we've talked about it on.
We did
had to
talk
have
about
talked
it. But it's
and it
okay.
was like
Yeah,
a fucking cameraman or a cousin of somebody who was on there twice or some horse shit.
yeah, he
But
wasn't like
he's
I
just a
told
dude.
I
just
told
like-
like I never watched the show, so I didn't like realize like that he wasn't like some kind of like side character or whatever. Because I knew he wasn't one of the main dudes, and so
right.
but I start telling just everybody else I know that watched every episode, and they're like, I have no idea who Brady
Never
is
heard of him.
from Swamp People or whatever.
Full of shit.
Yeah,
But I had just shaved that day for the first time. That was 2013. That was the last time I shaved my face clean.
Are you serious? It's been that long?
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Damn.
2013, and I shaved
think
it off, and
I
I
think
hated it.
I shaved like a year, maybe a year and a half ago or something like that. But it was only my whole. It was just to check out what's going on under the beard. I was just curious. It's just been a long time since I seen my face, and I had like 9 days in between gigs, so I was like, at least by the time, if I hate this, nobody's gonna see me on stage for like I got time to at least grow something back. But yeah, I'm pretty much beard for the rest of my life, I think.
I shaved that day. Like I shaved it off because I nicked it or it wasn't even, and I shaved it. And my wife came home, and when Michelle saw my clean shaven face, her response was, "Ugh, I can see your face."
I'd have never married you if I'd have known that's what your face looked like.
I went to school and people didn't recognize me. At the show that night, the host, our friend Russell Bitola, the host asked me where Josh was.
I remember that. Yeah.
And
I get that.
That was the last time I ever clean shaved my face, and it might be the last time I ever do it. A year, like last December of 18, I shaved my beard down real short, and that was the last time I'll ever do that. So we'll just see what happens now.
This Beard Chronicles with Chase and
dude,
Josh.
I
I had that issue with like people not recognizing me because I just for whatever reason can look like a different person like from year to year.
Mhm.
Like I don't know why that is, but if you literally like if you look at my Facebook and you just go through my profile pictures, like you can go all the way back to my very first time on stage. It's like my first time on stage, I'm like shaved head, fat face,
little chin goatee.
just the chin goatee, right? And then like a little bit later,
I remember that dude.
yeah, that was a young dude. That was a young dude with dreams.
Already
and
taking it more
aspirations.
seriously than anybody.
And my butt hadn't even been fucked yet. My butt was just pristine at that point. Ain't no manager got to it. Ain't no promoter got to it. Yeah, and then I went to after that I like had the beard, and then I lost some weight, and I gained some weight, and then I had long hair, then I had a ponytail, then I at one point during the long hair phase I had like a headband that I keep my hair up with, and then I got all sexy, and
I always thought I was the only person, because I tried to grow my hair out like my whole life, because I've always been literally, I've always been a wrestling fan, so that made me want long hair because of wrestling. And so I always thought I'd grow my hair out, and then I got into rage and was like, I'll get dreadlocks before I knew that I can't do that. I thought I'd get dreadlocks.
Yeah, you can't do that. I won't let you do that.
Every time I tried to grow my hair out, it would go through this phase where like it's normal hair, and then it's just like this huge cotton ball thing on my head, and then I would never make it past that. But I never saw anybody else go through that phase until you grew your hair out.
I fought through it.
I have some of the craziest fucking pictures of us in cars and stuff with your hair in the process of growing out.
Yeah, there's one picture
and you look like a fucking psycho.
Yeah, there's one picture you post. I fucking hate that you bring it up every now and then. I was mad that you took the picture when you took it. We fucking.
Is that me, you, and Mike in the car?
Yeah, we're in the car. We're on the way to Alabama or something like that. It makes me mad because we took one the day
that was
we
the
left.
second morning.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm about to fucking say. We took one the day before that's like, hey, everybody look, smile, and we're all fresh looking or whatever. And then the next one is when we're all fucking hung over and shit
Put it right
faced,
here.
and I'm not putting the goddamn thing up. And you, I'm like in the middle of a store. I'm basically talking like how I am now with my hair
Yep.
not fucking fixed, my beard's all puffy, and you take that picture and then just can't stop posting it. Just fucking love. Just
6
putting it
years
on
now. I've just been
flyers
posting
and
it. 6 years. I've just been
yeah.
posting it nonstop. I put it on every flyer.
Every time that it's like your memories or whatever, you read like, oh, this is one of my favorite trips of all. That fucking trip sucked. All right, you just like you just like to show that picture.
That trip did suck, but that was when we. Oh man,
is that the one where we took advantage of old boy's house?
No, that was maybe that was one where the lady was on the phone during the whole show and nobody would ask her to leave. Do you remember that?
I mean, I feel like I've had that happen
at the Blind Mule in Alabama.
Countless numbers of times. I mean, kind of. I mean, I know most Blind Mule.
She answered the phone during my set or during in between the sets and stayed on it the entire time in the room, just fucking sitting there like a fucking asshole.
People are the worst, dude.
People are the fucking worst. I'm trying to yell my fucking dick jokes at you, and you're gonna have the audacity to talk to your children or family or whatever on the phone. You get fucked.
No,
Jesus.
but don't even not even aiming it like that. That's not right. Like she can get fucked.
She paid to come into a show.
I don't care if you are talking to your dying mother. Go the fuck outside and stop.
She'll still be dying if you're outside.
Yeah. What the? Yeah, I don't care who you're talking to. Get out of here. Like, there's no more important. You are rude. You're being very rude. And I hate, too. I've had it sometimes where somebody will be talking. They're talking so loud. And I always go with the, like, ignore it for a second. And then if it becomes really a problem, then I'll do it. But I try to just, because sometimes if you ignore it, it'll just take care of itself. And you don't ruin the feel of the show and everything by telling somebody.
That's a delicate balance.
Yeah, and so, but sometimes you'll have it where, like, they literally don't catch that they're being louder than you are on stage. And I've had where I'm like, hey, like pointing at them, yelling hey at them, and they're just still talking.
Heckler roasted by Chase Myers.
Yeah, just still talking. I mean, I planted them there, and I got millions and millions of views. From we had somebody reach out to us. You made a joke about Hofstadter. You took a little shot at him, and somebody sent a message to me and was like, "He does do that." And I was like, "Yeah, we all know. We all know the game.
I know he does."
I'm pretty sure he's admitted it. He puts. There's this guy. He puts heckler. Like he literally has paid hecklers to heckle him, and then he
his videos get 6 million views.
Yeah, he either burns them real hard or makes like a social point that makes him look like the smartest guy in the world or something like that. And
but it also, if every video you post is you being heckled, you're not a good comedian.
He knows how to work it though, man.
I mean, obviously he's touring the nation to sold out shows and gets 8 billion views on Facebook, and everybody and their aunt shares them.
I couldn't tell you one.
Look at how mad I look right now about it. Everybody shares those fucks. I don't even care. Who cares? He's still got red hair. Piece of shit.
Just my aunt asks me about it all the time, but I don't fucking care.
No, the one that gets brought up to me a lot. I have a guy in my neighborhood that asked me. It came up that I did comedy, and he is like Jeff Dunham, with the little puppets. I love that dude where he's like, "I kill you," and I was like, not like that, even a little bit. 4 years ago. And every time he sees me now, he's like, the puppet guy. He calls me the puppet guy. And I don't want to have a conversation enough to even correct it. He's like, let this dude think I do puppet comedy.
That's somebody that doesn't know comedy. Like, anytime somebody says a name like that, I'm just like, you don't know. Yeah. I had a guy one time, so at my temp job, I like went on the road and I came back and I did a show in Wisconsin, and like a new guy was working there. And whenever I came back, he was like, I just told him, I was like, yeah, I've been doing shows in Wisconsin or whatever. And he just, from then on, just thought that I just knew everything about Wisconsin, and I'm from there. And just every time he's like, what's up, Wisconsin? I'm like, dude, I'm from Louisiana. You can hear it. Like, you can hear I'm from Louisiana. I'm
What a
not.
weird detail to pick up on. Oh, he
Yeah,
must be from Wisconsin.
and that's all he stuck to. He would
Hey, you
ask,
cheese dick,
he would
right?
ask me Wisconsin questions and stuff, and I'd have to be like, dude, I was there for 3 days. I was in Wisconsin for 3 days. I was in a condo for most of it. I could tell you about the comedy club and the bar next door
That's
and my
it.
condo. Those are the 3 things I could tell you about. It snowed a lot. I was real scared as a Southern man because I can't handle that snow at all, dude. Whenever it snows around here, I shut it the fuck down. I've been super lucky to not have like many road gigs where I had to like drive through snow. And the ones that I have, I've had other people drive. Like I'll just straight up be like, nope,
Yeah.
I need whoever I'm doing the show with. Like we need to work this out.
I was stationed in North Carolina at Pope Air Force Base right outside of Fort Bragg in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And it snowed there fairly regularly. Like, it snowed there regularly enough that it happened regularly, but everything still kind of shut down when it would snow. Kind of like it does here. Like, remember,
Right.
like, if you've ever been to Louisiana, it snowed 6 times. 6 snowflakes fall and everything shuts down. They close down everything ever.
I explain that to people out here. I go, it snows once a year. Everything shuts down. We all go make sad snowmen. And then by 6
little
o'clock,
dirt snowmen, they're 6 inches tall.
Yeah, with sticks and twigs
with
sticking
pebbles.
out of it and shit. Yeah. And then by 6 o'clock in the afternoon, it's gone. It's melted. Gone. It's done. Yep. Yeah. But man, I must have been. I had never lived outside of Louisiana until I moved here, and so I was probably like, dude, I was a teenager before I saw snow the first time.
That's crazy,
man.
It snowed when I lived in Louisiana. It snowed when I was in 2nd grade. That's like my first memory of snow, and it was everything closed down. It was such a cool day, and we hid in the ditch, and we're throwing little shitty snowballs at cars when they drove by because we thought that was hilarious. And then one car stopped and just watched us run to my house, which was like I lived in the second house from the cross section, the cross streets, and we were in the ditch right here throwing snowballs at the street. And the car that stopped watched us get out of the ditch, run across the street, and run into my house, and then just drove into my driveway and told my parents what we had done. Ratted me out.
Wasn't us.
Yeah, I tried. I was like, huh? What? I'm like half in snow clothes and half out. I'm like, I haven't even been outside today.
I don't even know this guy. Who is this guy? You just let somebody come knock on the door? Just anybody?
You let somebody in this house?
Just anybody just come in here and talk about your son? Is that what you're telling me? Just come here and spread these lies?
You're not going to defend me at all, father?
Like you don't care about this family? You're just going to let the Watts name be
drug upon the mud?
Streets, drug through the snow? Are you kidding me?
Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. Yeah, I
my
didn't even
dad
know.
Chased that dude out.
I didn't even know that there was like snow tires until I got here. Like I didn't know. I didn't even realize that's like a thing. Yeah, Travis 6'9" told me that I like it's just becoming one name now. It's like the Gossip 6'9".
I love it.
He's Travis 6'9". And he told me when he got out there, he's like, dude, get stud tires because that way you can book gigs that pussies won't drive to because you can do it. And I was like, yeah, but the thing is like,
but I'm one of those pussies.
But I'm one of them pussies, so like, you could just do the gig. I'll just forward the gig to you, and I'll do it during the summer. How about that? Like, I won't go to like Idaho's not far from here. I've done some shows there. It's the Pacific Northwest, like Mississippi, and I like would only do them during the like once it got to like the fall and winter months. I'm like, nope, I will not be stuck in Idaho.
Not doing it.
It doesn't matter what you pay me. Let's talk about a good June date. How about June? Let's do. Things are so funny in June.
I like the snow in North Carolina, but I didn't like driving in it at all. But I liked working in it because nobody else wanted to drive in it, so there was nobody ever driving on base or anything. So my job wasn't very busy. Look at that.
What's happening?
This fucking light is trying to fuck me.
I'm not seeing whatever it is bugging you.
I just turned my head and the little the pole off the light, the umbrella on the light was like right in my fucking face.
Man,
the one but
week to week, these lights are just fucking with you.
I can't deal with it, man.
I haven't said one thing.
I'm
I've
not
had
a
him on
captive
me.
animal. I need to be in the wild. I'm not a captive animal. This is not
I don't muzzle you. I understand.
exactly, dude. I will not be muzzled. Fuck you, wear a mask.
Hey, yeah,
Um
week 2, wear a mask, okay? Get fucked, put a mask on your face.
yeah.
I saw a video of just these kids that were like on the beach in Florida and they just had masks and they just had a sign that was just like free mask and they just had a bunch of them and were just like being really nice to people like, hey, do you need a mask? And people were just like, fuck you, you fucking asshole. And then he'd be like, oh, okay, I just wanted to know if you need a mask and like walk on. And the
Yeah.
next person was like, and the next person, he was like, hey, you don't have a mask, do you need one? And the same reaction just over and over again. It was crazy.
There's a video going around right now of a guy in Walmart. Somebody he was pushing somebody in a wheelchair and he didn't have a mask on. And somebody told him he needed a mask and he just pulled a gun out of his pants. Like,
Just a
a
totally
fucking
normal,
mask, huh?
just a totally normal reaction.
Absolutely normal. I want to get back to the comedians that your aunts always tell you about because
Right.
this new show, I don't think I've talked about Southern Mama yet.
No, I mean, I don't know that we ever talked about Southern Mama. So Southern Mama's not on my radar as much
I
as they are for you.
I fucking hate Southern Mama. It's just some dipshit from Alabama who makes videos where, you know, like the internet videos where they just talk to themselves and they do themselves at different angles on their phone where they play different people. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does make
Yeah.
sense.
And he says things like that a Southern mama would say. And he's like, y'all get back in here and get some sweet tea, all right, before the sun goes down in the Georgia peaches. And then everybody's like, I've had Georgia peaches. That's fucking hilarious. Josh does comedy. Let me share it to him and show him what this fucking hack gets 6 million views doing. And he's a fucking hack. And then he booked was it Just for Laughs a couple of years ago? Or a year or two ago?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know that story. Yeah, is that where Chris Red went off on him? Yeah, is that okay? Yeah,
Yeah, he
tell the
fucking
story.
bombed. So he's huge on in the world that my family and people live in. People in Louisiana and down here always, hey, look at this, like on the fringe of comedy. He's somebody that you see from Facebook a lot. He's not a comedian. He's not a real comedian. He aggravates the shit out of me, and for whatever reason, I fucking hate everything he does. And my argument has always been he's not a real comedian. He's just making phone videos. Like, that's great. That's a different thing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, have that. That's a different thing. He's not a comedian. And then he says that he is the greatest up and coming comedian. He has a great website. He says that he's the greatest up and coming comedian in like the last 20 years or something. Some fucking crazy.
I want to see the data. I want
And
to
then
see
he
the
booked Just
chart.
for Laughs.
I want to see the chart in the last 20 years where you were a bigger star than Aziz Ansari coming up. That's why you tell me that.
And
okay.
he booked this Just for Laughs, and he did like a real, like an actual festival with comedy fans and not your uncle.
They did a stand-up comedy festival. Yeah, Just
And
for
they
Laughs, to be clear, Just for Laughs
hated him.
is in Montreal, Canada, and it's the biggest comedy festival in the world. And it's Josh is showing the picture of the guy.
The fastest rising comedian in American history.
See, and I don't even know who he is really. Like, I only know that story. But yeah, so Just for Laughs is this huge. I mean, it's still a big deal, but it used to be like how your career got made. You go to in the 90s and the early 2000s, you talk to those comics.
For people that real comedians that want to do comedy for a living, that's where you could go. Like, he wasted anyway.
In the 90s and early 2000s, like that was that was the time period of like that's where you went and you got your show. You know what I'm saying? Like Ray Romano goes and he gets Everybody Loves Raymond, the whole, you know, like
that's
those type things.
There.
And so yeah, it's a big deal. And so he went up there, and the thing about dudes who are doing like Facebook videos or YouTube videos and just exclusively that is it doesn't translate to a live show and like a live audience. If you don't have that chops, it doesn't, you can't do a quick cut to your mom.
To a funny face.
Yeah, to something else. Like you can't do that. You're up there, you got to talk everybody through it. And so, yeah, Chris Red
booed him off of the fucking stage.
Yeah, booed him off the stage, and Chris Red told him about himself after.
Yeah, because he got pretty racist, didn't he? Didn't he get racist?
I'm sure his name's Southern Mama.
He probably did. Anyway, fuck you, Southern Mama, faster rising comedian in American history. You sack of shit. Every time Chase wants to fight Conor, that's what it's going to be. Buckets of Duckets versus Southern Mama and Conor McGregor.
We're
You
making a
fucks
list.
bring it on.
We're
Just
making a
fucking
list.
bring it.
Keep
Yep.
coming.
And Conor, Southern Mama,
Say it.
no, dubstep, and no mask wearers.
Nate
Nate Bergazzi. I've been seeing clips of his podcast going that Nate Bergazzi has a podcast. And,
yeah, he does. Yeah, let's plug it. Let's tell
Well,
everybody.
no, I keep seeing like the little clips on Facebook, and I get mad in my heart for you. Even though I think Nate's very funny, I get mad in my heart for you when I see it.
Travis 6ix9ine told me yesterday. He was like, "Hey, did you see this video of some comic?" And he was like, "Yeah, this dude opens for Nate Bargatze." And he told me that he saw on my face, like, in my whole body, he was like, "You just completely shut down. Like, it didn't matter how funny the dude was. You were so stuck on, like, how dare you mention his name in my presence." Like, did I tell you that I auditioned for Just for Laughs?
How recent?
Maybe.
Didn't you do it?
I mean, within like
Just for
a
Laughs?
year. Yeah, no, I didn't get the festival, but I mean, I got.
What festival did you just do? You did one of the big ones. Which festival was it you did?
So, I mean,
you flew out with Jen and met up with Jen.
The Burbank Comedy Festival.
That's what it was. Burbank. My bad.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Just for Laughs is the one in Montreal. That's the one.
Right. Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah. So they hold auditions at Tacoma Comedy Club, and they didn't ask me to audition. And but you know, I'm fucking tough, and I was like, I'm not gonna pout about it. I'm gonna watch the auditions, and I'm gonna fucking see what they do. So next year when they come back around, I'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? And so I went and watched the show, and it turns out somebody didn't show up or got sick or something happened, and people recognized me in the back, and somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, do you got 5 minutes?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Go audition for Just for Laughs." And that's how I auditioned for one of the most prestigious festivals of all time. Like, comics, I can't tell you how important it is to just hang out places and know people around sometimes. Even because I actually was pretty upset that some of the people that got it over me, but I knew it was I just didn't know the right person. That's all it was. But yeah, just literally being in the back and shit broke right, and people are going, "Fuck, Chase Myers is back there. Give him 5 minutes."
Chase goddamn Myers is sitting right fucking there.
I mean, it helped that I was sitting there going, "Chase goddamn Myers is sitting right fucking here." And I'm watching
just sitting there smoking, just like it's just.
I can't get through an episode without smoking. I don't know. I don't know when that started, but
no, I mean it's just. I still can't get over the legalities.
Yeah, dude, this ain't nothing, bro. I ain't even worried about it, dude. I'll blow this.
I ordered a pipe online and got freaked out about how it's going to come in the mail.
I mean, it's just my mail. It's going to put all your tobacco in it. You all right?
My smoking accessories are going to go into it.
There you go.
Did I tell you? Well, I lost it.
Nah, you didn't tell me that one.
I didn't tell you about that?
Nah, I was waiting on that one.
I forgot.
Tell me. So Coos Bay's this week.
Oh shit, that's this week?
That is this week. So I am.
What is it? When do you leave?
So Friday. So I'll leave July 20. The show's July 24th and 25th. It's like a 6-hour drive. I'm gonna drive. So yeah, I'll leave Friday morning, and I'll be back here Sunday during the day or something. But are
we gonna record while you're gone?
Yeah,
that's our.
Yeah, we'll yeah, for sure. We'll either record.
That's our schedule. I was just wondering, are you gonna be recording from Coos Bay? Because
maybe. I mean, if I'm recording from Coos Bay, it's gonna be hot. I'm gonna be. I might call you up right after I get off stage. Just give you a live.
Just start firing at them.
Live reaction. Let you know. Yeah, but I'm okay. I'm gonna be positive. It's the week of. I've been shitting on it for a month now. I gotta, I'm looking forward to it. This is gonna be my last shows ever, probably, because we're never gonna get to do comedy again. It's over, and so I gotta go in. I gotta go in firing, dude. I gotta try to make this work. But yeah, at least I get to stay in a nice hotel for 2 nights. I get to relive my life One
Well,
more
nice,
time.
nice by Coos Bay standards.
Absolutely, yes. Actually, it is because it's retired people there, so shit actually is pretty like
Oh well, yeah.
pretty
I like
swanky.
old
But
fucks.
yeah, they don't
I
like
like them
me.
old shits.
They don't like me at all.
Nah,
They have made it
smart
clear
ass,
over and over again, but
smart ass little punk kid coming into their town. They don't like it.
they continue to bring me back, and I'm gonna keep going. So
Keep fucking their world up. That's what you do, dude.
hey,
Fight a couple of them just
I'm
so the
gonna fight
word
one or two of
spreads.
them. I'm gonna let them know. I'm gonna walk in and super kick the first person that gets within 6 feet of me,
Do
and
you know? Every time I say that. All right. We were talking earlier about being heckled. I'm usually pretty good at handling hecklers, but every time it comes up, I want to tell the story of that time I got heckled at Columbia Street in Covington, where I live now. Edit that out. I don't want that on here. We were doing the Columbia Street Rocket Blues for Corey Mack, friend of the show, great New Orleans comic, and I was heavier. It was before I was working out, and I was a little more confrontational with my comedy,
yeah, just
uh,
a
a
little
little
bit more amped
louder.
up.
And a guy in the front row said, "Nice man tits, fat ass." And it threw me off so much because that's funny. I mean, I was sweating underneath my tits in my shirt. So I mean, he was accurate, but like he
He
just
didn't
walked
need
in
to
the
be.
door. He gave me 15 seconds and he was like, "This isn't for me." He just walked in the door, 15 seconds, like, "Hey, nice man tits, fat ass." And I didn't respond immediately. Like, I didn't shut it down immediately. And then people started, like, the laughter started spreading out.
Yeah.
And then I just got more and more mad in my heart. And then it fucked up the whole rest of my set. And I ran into the guy after when I came off stage. I went looking for him to run into him. And I thought in my head, I was like, I'm going to fucking smoke this dude. He ruined my set in front of 6 people. I'm going to fucking ruin his whole world. You know, like I'm ready. And I walked over there and he turns around to me and I said, "Hey, what did you say?" Thinking like now he knows I'm serious and not to fuck with me. And he goes, "I said nice man tits, fat ass."
Oh, did you
But
not
he
hear?
said it. He said it in the others, like the restaurant section where
Right.
people are sitting down eating steaks in a steakhouse. He yelled that in my face in front of like a whole nother crowd
So now
at the end.
every part of the bar has heard you call it a fat ass.
And I went, fuck you. And then walked away like,
Hey,
and I just,
fuck, man. Just
I just,
come on.
I just went outside and sat down on the curb and I thought about a lot of stuff. I thought about it for a long time. And I remember it still bothers me. If I ever see that dude, because that's the town I live in now, if I ever see that dude, he's not going to know why that he got rocked, his jaw rocked for something he said 7 years ago in a
You can't
comedy
do
show
it,
that he stumbled into. But I'll tell
dude.
him after when he wakes up, I'll say, "Hey, look at these man tits now. Who's the fat ass now?" And he'll probably say you. And then I'll stumble all over my words again.
No, come on, man. Come on. Hey.
Oh, man.
Still. Still. After all
I
that.
dude, it's not even a good heckle, but it fucked me up
Well,
so
dude,
bad
yeah.
because I didn't fire back quick enough. And then when all of it was happening, you went on stage right after me. So when I'm trying to confront the dude, my best friend and backup is on stage killing it, not sweating from his man tits, and my fat ass is in the steakhouse being yelled at by some idiot.
I was in Wichita, Kansas, and I had this guy. I've only had this happen 2 times. So I used to do this joke about snakes. I had like for
Love it.
2 or 3 years, I had like 15 minutes on snakes. I don't know why I got just hella
Love
interested
it.
in snakes. And so I've only had 2 places get upset with me over my snake material. And that is Portland, Oregon and Wichita, Kansas. And so
Snake
I
worshippers,
and
right?
yeah, clearly they
I
are.
knew it.
The Wichita story. So I go up and I used to like open with it because I'm normally featuring where I'm doing 25 to 30-minute sets. Snakes were 12 minutes of material, so I would just open with it so that I'd have the rest of my set to kind of figure out, whatever.
Right.
And so I go up, I just immediately say something about being scared of snakes or however I would get into it. And I just hear just a fucking just rumble from the back. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck happened? And he never really like talked to, sometimes you'll call somebody out like, what was that? And they get quiet and don't
Oh
say
yeah, they
anything.
get quiet. Yeah.
And so, he never really told me what was going on. And then I just continue my snake stuff. And then every time I hit little points about why snakes scare me, or what the Adam and Eve story and how crazy a talking snake would be and all this stuff, and I'm doing all these
I
things.
love that bit. I love that bit.
Every time that I make those points, I can hear that same like pocket like rumbling. And so at the end of the night, I'm doing the merch, whatever. And I might have taken I'm trying to play coy like I didn't. I definitely took a shot at him before I got off stage. I forget what I said.
I know you did.
Yeah, I forget what I said exactly, but I definitely called him some kind of dumb and just got, whatever. So after selling merch, whatever, that group is now talking to the headliner, and the headliner comes over and he's kind of like, man, those fucking dudes hate you. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck, dude? I was like, I don't understand what I'm just, doing the snake material. Like I've never had anybody get upset or whatever. And then he's like, yeah, apparently they raise reptiles. And I was like, okay. I was like, it's still weird to see one in a grocery store. Like that's the premise of the joke, by the way. The premise of the joke is I'm at a grocery store and I see somebody with a snake around their neck. And now I'm just trying to survive being at a grocery store, right? And I just talk about how
with an ancient monster.
Yeah, I just talk about how that's the last thing that you would expect to see at a store, right? Because it is. It is the last thing you do. I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm saying it fucking shocked the shit out of me.
My uncle had a snake.
Yeah, and that's what this dude's doing. And so they walk over to me eventually, right? And it's like the dude and his wife. And I
love that they were so mad that they waited to do the meet and greet after the show to talk to you about snakes.
Absolutely. That's how. Yeah. And so he comes over and he's like, I'm the dude that fucking yelled out or whatever. And I'm like, okay, man. And
they always think that that's a good opener.
Yeah.
People always think that's a good. Hey, I'm the guy that I was helping you out by calling you a fat ass. Remember?
Remember that? Remember how they laughed?
Give me a discount on a shirt.
Remember how they laughed and didn't respect you for the rest of the show because you got owned by the dude that fucking.
I've never been back
you?
to that bar since, even for free time. All right, so he comes up to you.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm the one that yelled out, and I was like, oh, yeah, man. I was like, so you work with snakes? Like, I just try to be nice. Like, I'm not, I don't even try to, like, make my point. I just go, you work with snakes? He's like, yeah, we breed reptiles. I was like, oh, what do you breed? And then he starts, like, sarcastically, like, he's like, lizards. But, like, he's just being a real asshole. But I didn't even catch that. Like, I didn't even really realize it, because I can't process that somebody would be this mad over snakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't seem
that doesn't make any sense.
As far as a community of people, I thought for sure snake people would be able to take a fucking joke. Like, I didn't think that
they have to understand. You raise snakes, you get it, right?
Yeah,
everybody.
Like, that's not something everybody does. People don't. You buy rats.
Yeah, for food. People hate snakes.
Feed them to a cold-blooded animal. All right, so. So I missed that point that he's kind of hot, and then I asked him another question.
It's such a weird.
Yeah, and I think he's now mad that I'm not trying to like agitate him at all because he's clearly being kind of shitty to me. But I just think he's a drunk dude from Kansas, right? And so finally he just is mad, and he goes, "Your show's retarded," and then just walked away. Yeah, he just had that queued up the whole time, and he couldn't take me being nice. Like, what? So what's up with the snakes and what? He's like, I don't want to be friends. You're retarded, okay? You're dumb, and snakes are great, and you're dumb. And like,
I love snakes, and I hate you, and I hate comedy, and everybody in here. I'm never coming back.
In Portland,
not ever.
In Portland, they got mad because another thing that I do about snakes is like if you sell snakes, you sell cocaine.
It's so weird that you have two stories about people getting mad at you about a joke about snakes.
Yeah. So another point that I make about snakes is if you have
It's the
snakes,
same dude went to Portland.
yeah, you sell cocaine. And this time they didn't come up and like tell me about it. But what happened at that club is they have comment cards where people can leave their opinions, and I could tell it all came from one table because it was like three in a row. And it was like, and they all said like the same thing, like snakes don't equal drugs. And then like the next one was like his snake material was bullshit. Like that was all like it just I couldn't believe that it poked like such a nerve.
Because they were definitely drug dealers with snakes, right?
Yes, because I outed them in front of everybody.
Yeah, they were cool with that. We like to talk about how doing shows down like in a town without a comedy club, how hard it could be.
Mm-hmm.
And in Louisiana, they like to set up at daiquiri shops a lot.
Yeah.
And daiquiri shops are the worst place in the world to do a comedy show because most of the people in there don't know that they're about to see comedy, that comedy is about to happen to them. They usually don't turn off the TVs.
It's ambush comedy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We locked the door.
Yeah. They're in there just watching a football game, trying to get their dick wet. And all of a sudden, some dude goes, tap on the microphone and go, everybody shut the fuck up.
Turn that game you're watching off.
Because that's the other thing is that all the comics in Louisiana don't quite know how to play that. And so, or like all the ones that would host the shows we do. So they go up there hella. Yeah, they go up there real confrontational and immediately make it a. Like
if you don't like this, you get fucked.
Yeah. And they're like, dude, I come to this bar 3 nights
a week. All
right,
now be funny.
This is my favorite bar. Like, what?
I did a show. So we were doing a show at Mango's Daiquiris here in Baton Rouge one time. And the same bar where one time during an entire show, they didn't turn off the radio that played in the bar. Like the music in the bar was still playing and we had to talk over it. I got up to do my set and I started talking and a guy because daiquiri bars are it's like a shot, like a straight through with a bar and then a stage is just squeezed into the corner. And this dude just spun around on his stool, few jokes into my set and goes, "Are you going to do any magic?" And I was like, no, it's just comedy. He goes, "I prefer magic." And then he got up and left.
The man knows what he likes.
I mean, I prefer magic too. I get it, dude. But he sat there after he asked me if I was going to do magic and like thought about my answer and weighed on it whether, well, there's no magic. Do I really want to stay here and drink the rest of this daiquiri and see this if he's not doing any magic? No. And he got up and fucking left.
Get out of there. And I like, what type of magician does 15 minutes of jokes about their life and their family and then suddenly goes pick a card? Dude, if I
could do magic, I'm opening with a magic trick.
Yeah, exactly.
But Chase is going to edit a special effect in when I did that.
I'm not editing shit for you. All right, this magician opened for me one time. All right, and so he goes up and he's oh man, this is so crazy.
I know this can't be good. There's just no way.
No, he goes up and he goes. First off, I think he just announced because everybody came to see a comedy show. It's not labeled as like the comedy and magic show. It's the stand-up comedy show, and and he's not really like a magic, like a comedian magic or whatever, a magician comic. I don't. Yeah, and so he walks up and just kind of basically has to just come clean and be like, "I'm a magician." He's like he's
gonna warn everybody out the gate.
Yeah, and he's like an older, like nice guy. When I say older, like in his 40s or something, maybe 50s. Course. And
let's go with 50s when we say older. Now.
I know. Did you hear it in my voice that
as it was coming out in 40s?
Yeah, I forgot you just hit 40, buddy. So it's no longer old. It's no longer old at all.
That's what 40 looks like in this house. I'm good with that.
That's 40.
Woo. Now he's going to edit that to make it look like I have a muscle. He's going to put a big old fucking rock.
I'm going to do like Popeye, like with the tanks, like boulder. Shooting and stuff.
2 pumas fucking over an explosion.
I'm a magician. And then the lady, like a lady in the front row goes, "Oh no." That's how the show started. And then the magician's instinct is to go, "I got to win this lady over." with magic.
No, no,
So
you
then
don't.
he goes, so that she so clearly said, I'm not in on this,
Yeah,
right?
if you're not, you're either in or you're not with magic. There's
Her,
not that he's not going to do a magic trick that's going to win her over to magic.
you know what? I never thought about it like that.
I'm gonna start going to magic shows and not comedy shows.
What's it called? The Magic Castle? Yeah, I might go check it out. And so yeah, it was guttural too, by the way. It was so quick. I'm a magician. Oh no, that means in her like her soul,
Her heart,
she doesn't want magic. She doesn't want your
the
magic. So
deepest fibers of who she is as a human being, was like,
she didn't
no.
she didn't mean to yell out like that. Like that wasn't who she is as a person, but it just she
That's
couldn't
great.
stop. And so he goes to win her over and goes, normally I would ask if anybody would like to volunteer. But how about you come up here? And she goes, no. Like stone no. And he goes, and now he's not a comic. He doesn't have that like play. If he was a comic, he would have bailed earlier or started roasting her. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so
Instead, he's like, please.
and so yes, and so now
Oh!
he basically. I mean, I don't remember what exactly, but it's in the well, please, why don't you? Maybe you'll like it. Have you ever tried magic? Maybe you should try magic. And she goes, no, I hate magic.
That's
And
it right there, dude.
And then he moves on, gets somebody else to come down, is visibly just flustered.
Heartbroken.
Just cannot believe what just happened to him. And then he goes to do like a very basic like the ring trick and shit like that, and like the cut the rope stuff. And I forget which one it is. Something didn't work. One of these very basic tricks did not work. And then he just had to be like, well, that's my time, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for David, whoever the fuck came up there. And then just, and now the comedy show. And everybody was like, yes, finally the comedy show. Dude, so he redeems himself, though. All right? Because after the show, like, I'm talking to him, and he's like a nice guy. And he tells me, he's like, I'm a street magician. He was like, I normally, like, you know, will kind of like
get
perform.
the fuck back on the street.
Well, who invited your ass in here?
Who let you in here? Hey, can we get him the fuck out of here?
Yo, can we get this fucking alley clown out of here? Get this dude back to your fucking dumpster voodoo.
Go set up
Get
in the
from around
dumpster,
here.
you shit.
And so he's telling me, he's like, normally it's like 5 or 6 people, and it's like card tricks and stuff. He said, I'm not used to like projecting to the thousands and thousands of people who we're performing for. And so he goes, so he's just kind of telling me, I'm like, all right, cool. And then like just a group of like 4 or 5 people kind of come over and, you know how shitty that just was for him. And we're like, hey, so we actually like magic. Like, could you show us some stuff? And he was like, yeah. And dude, this fucking guy, like for just 10 minutes, like was like pulling cards out of his mouth that had like their signature on it and shit, and was like, like pulling cards out of like reach in your pocket. Yeah, reach in your wallet. Holy shit, you took my mom's picture and replaced it with the ace of spades. Like, that is like, that's like exactly like the type of shit that was going on. And yeah, and it just like 6 people knew that he was actually really good at his job. And
what? Oh, I was good. Magic. I always think of David Blaine doing street magic, and one of the first viral video things I ever watched was those fake
Mikey Day.
Yeah, with the fake David Blaine videos. With
Cheez-Its!
Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its!
So what? It's orange, so what?
Oh, God. Those and those office linebacker videos used to waste all of my time on E-Bombs World or whatever.
Terry
Tate, office
Terry
linebacker. Ooh, God, I love that. You killed a Joe, you make some more. That's a long distance call, Doug. He throws the phone on that guy's chest. I don't know. Those commercials, to this day, I think those are the funniest commercials of all time for me. They make me laugh. And when he goes through sensitivity training, because he accidentally knocks over a woman or something. Oh, God. Man, those commercials are fucking great.
I'm surprised they didn't try to bring that back. Normally they try to bring back those type of popular campaigns like that.
He was in Terry Tate was in the guy who played Terry Tate. They're Reebok commercials, and the guy
Mm,
who played Terry Tate was in one of the Terminator movies, and like the newer ones. And I
yeah.
remember seeing like the one with Christian Bale, and I remember seeing him and going, "Holy fuck, it's fucking Terry Tate out there just tackling Skynet and shit." Ah, God, I
Make
love
some
those
mo,
videos.
Skynet. Make some
The
mo.
pain train's coming through. Whoop whoop. I gotta say, I screen grabbed or screen recorded a clip from the YouTube show that you edited for me, where it's Arn Anderson saying, "I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot toot." But you said you dubbed my voice over it, and I just want to say that is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life,
I knew you were
and
like,
I've
dude.
saved it, and I just watch it.
So I wasn't even trying to do that whenever I first edited it. Like I was just trying to like, all right, whenever he mentions Arn, I'm gonna slide over the video of Arn. And it just so happened the way it laid, y'all were like a second off from saying toot toot at the same time. And I was like, holy shit, does it actually line up? And then whenever I moved in, I was like, it fucking lines up. There's no way I'm not having Josh say toot toot
That's
through Arn Anderson.
Arn Anderson is one of my favorite of all time. I went to a WWE show one time, and he works backstage now. And everybody, like, I was on the railway that the wrestlers walked down, like 7 or 8 rows up, and I would
Fallen.
see them come out of the gate, and everybody's losing their shit for the wrestlers. But when I look back, fucking Arn Anderson is just standing like 6 feet from me, just standing there, and
Like he's
nobody
not a
gives a shit
legend.
that goddamn Arn Anderson standing there. So I
Like he's
started
not a
screaming.
legend.
And somewhere I have a Kodak picture of me leaning over Arn Anderson doing I did thumbs up, but obviously I did a 4 with him.
Right.
And I got to meet him again when I worked catering with Howard Hall at that WWE show because I literally bumped into him in front of me in line for food. And I said I was sorry, and he told me, "No worries, brother." And it was just goddamn Arn Anderson.
Man. Y'all
Oh,
like best
I
friends
wanted
now.
it were technically. Uh, I think I've talked on the show about how I did the Jake the Snake and Hacksaw Jim Duggan show.
Right.
My wife for Father's Day got me this made, and I wanted to put it on the show so that everybody sees how
Oh,
fucking
dude,
great
that's
this
dope.
is. And
That's dope. So
it's
Josh is showing a picture of him with Jake the Snake and with Hacksaw Jim Duggan at a show they did.
and Jason Leonard's in there.
No need to mention that.
Man, it's a hot one. But I look at that picture every day and think that doing comedy led me to meeting and performing with Jake Snake Roberts and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and how fucking awesome that was. I try
Yep.
not to. I when I do shows with people that are bigger, national touring or whatever, like emo field. I try not to. I try not to like fanboy out too much. But dude, when I met, it was ridiculous. It was
Yeah,
there
that's
was no
tough
not. Yeah,
because it's not like whenever it's like whenever you're performing with somebody that's an actual comedian that you look up to, you kind of psych yourself up and go, hey man, you always knew, like you always wanted to be hanging out with these people and shit. There's no scenario where you were suddenly going to be on the stage with a wrestler like Jake the fucking Snake Roberts. Like, yeah, there's no way that you can't have a different like fan reaction to
yeah,
that.
it was so great. It was fantastic. What was I about to ask you about, man? Oh, they did you see the drive-in comedy shows?
Yeah, I've been so Jim Gaffigan's doing a tour of drive-in shows, and yeah, I think that's going to be a way for some of these like national guys to still get out and do shows because you can just do them outdoor and have people sit in their cars
Yeah,
and you know
it's a good. Lafayette is talking about. We mentioned Jason Leonard who books Lafayette Comedy, and Jason's talking about doing that. He posted a thing about if people would be interested, like paying $120 for the car or whatever. That's 30 people for a national touring act.
yeah.
Like whatever you pay just for the car
I
to
mean,
get
I
in.
think that's the only way you're going to be able to do. I mean, big shows,
Yeah,
is you keep everybody in their cars and just set it up like old, however you rent a parking lot or whatever, however that works. And, it's funny that all the things that were like horrible for comedy as far as like setup, so like being outside or performing online and not having an
right.
audience reaction are like, those are the ways that we're going to have to do comedy now.
From now
Is,
on, yeah,
yeah. Didn't you have a show this past week online?
yeah, yeah. I
Did
did.
you? How'd it go?
Well, all right. I'm sorry, Scott. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. This is the second week in a row.
You piece of shit.
I was supposed to do a show with him a while back, and my son knocked the computer off. Chase stepped up for us and represented.
That's right.
And then Wednesday night, I was supposed to make up for missing that last show.
And what'd you do?
And so I didn't want to do the show. I just didn't feel it. I wasn't having the energy to do a comedy show.
True?
So I was like, yeah. I just didn't think I wanted to do it. And then
we keep begging people to stop booking us on these shows. We have said it week in and week out that we don't like doing the virtual comedy shows.
But
I'll do the next one.
Yeah, I'm in. I thought I had a bit that I was going to work out. And I didn't want to do it. And then finally, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes before, I was like, you know what? I'll set up my lights and my backdrop and I'll look fucking handsome as fuck. I'll go on and I'll do this.
Easy.
Let's fucking party.
Easy.
Dude, I've been taking down the lights and stuff completely and putting it in the bag and rolling the light bulbs in the paper, like the whole fucking shebang-a-bang. And so I had to undo, as they say in the biz, and I had to undo all that goddamn shit and set that fucking shit up. Those lights. I got it all set up. I got my laptop set up. I hooked my microphone up. I was fucking ready. I did some push-ups so I looked swole. I was fucking ready. Got my pump on. Let's do this, right? Sat down. I literally got the email for the Zoom. I went to click on it. Our power went out.
Oh, so you didn't even get in the group this time?
Dude, our neighborhood, if the wind blows hard, the power goes out. For whatever reason, it always happens. And I didn't even notice it was raining. And the power just, as I was signing in I never even got into the group to tell anybody, hey, I probably am going to find a way to get out of this. And then I felt bad, so I tried to sign into the Zoom like over cell on my phone.
Like on your phone, yeah.
And it let me into the group, but I couldn't turn on sound or video, and then it dropped me out. So I was like, now he thinks I didn't want to do a show. And then I peeped in there, it was like, nah, and then got off again. So I kept trying to get back in, and I feel like a real sack of shit.
I can't wait to see how you do it the next time. I'm enjoying this bit.
Injury. I'm going to burn my hand cooking nuggets. So, I
know. You got a lot going on up there. Guys, thank y'all for listening. Make sure you go to bucketsandduckets.com. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on all podcast platforms. Make sure you come back next week and check us out for Chase Myers.
I'm Josh Watts. Oh, send us a message from the website so we can attack you and yell at you on the next show.
Yeah,
and
we need some more. We need some more ammunition. Bring it.
Fucking bring it. And thanks for listening. And wear your fucking mask.
Bye.
Bitches.